Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, I want to go over birth numbers. So birth numbers, I know, is going to be a very different scenario than what we were seeing with the life path numbers for richest. So I had to go through again. I'm like, let me go like the 100 richest, and I just did a whole couple days of research to see something very particularly, and then I looked at like the most famous celebrities, the icons, and different things like music, acting, Fortune 500 CEOs, things like that. And what I noticed was there's two main numbers that dominate amongst them the most. And this is more so in line with like what you guys were sort of commenting on when you guys are like, hey, like where's 8, where's 1, da, da, da. I just gave it away, right? So we have birth number 17, that was very much up there, pretty much tied with the birth number 28. Now, both of these numbers are very, very obvious, I guess, for wealth. When you look at the birth number 17 to start off with, the 17 is all about being industrious. It's about overcoming calamities, overcoming difficulties in different scenarios, and then using these sort of negative situations to your advantage by leveraging the emotions that they elicit and actually doing something positive with the energy that you've been given via trauma, via heartbreak, via poverty, just whatever, via destitution, being born the wrong side of the world. People born the 17th are very, very strong. Particularly, there's a few months where they're extremely strong. October 17th, which is today, very strong people are born on today. When it comes to just having that Libra energy with Saturn exalting it with the birth number 8, very, very strong. January 17th, extremely strong. We know a few like the Muhammad Ali's. We have February 17th as well, like a Michael Jordan. So we have a few of these that are very, very strong. But if you're born the 17th in general, like even like DJ Academics, you guys probably know who that is, May 17th. It's a lot of very strong people. And it's a lot of people that had to overcome things. You don't even realize that they had to overcome a great deal of calamity, a great deal of negativity to get what they want. So this applies to 8s in general. But if you're born the 17th, you have an extra sort of bonus, extra energy to really see things through and get it done and be the most powerful version of yourself. If I was born the 17th myself, I'd take it to be a time of self-actualization, and I'd want to figure out what I can do for independent business. The key for people born the 17th is that you want to do independent business, because 1 and 7 are both like self-sufficient numbers. 1 is like me, ego. 7 is about intelligence, but being reserved into oneself, which equals 8. So that's like the formula for your 8, is that you have to look at it from a leadership perspective with the 1, but looking to be very self-sufficient and reserved like the 7, in turn to get the wealth and the abundance and the options the way the 8 has it, right? So you want to make sure that when you're in a business, you have leverage, and you're also the person that's providing pretty much more overwhelming value than even if you have partners. So that way you're needed for the business at all times. 8s are very prone to treachery, so you want to make sure that you're actually needed for your said business, right? The next one I want to cover is just the 28. 28 over 1 is a very misconstrued number. I know with a lot of numerologists, they're like, oh, 28 wealth number, automatic, boo, done. It's like that. It's true. It gives you a very fast result. And what I mean by that is it puts you to the top very quickly. But what you have to understand is this, is that with the 1, the 2 and 8 are interesting because they get along. But the 2 and the 1 are like, okay, they're complementary because masculine, feminine, they're okay. And the 8 and the 1 are enemies. So the 8 is what keeps the 1 in check in this sort of sequence. So people born the 28th, they'll be like, yeah, I got money quickly, but it left just as quick. Or I got, like, it's always like that. It's almost like even though you're born the 28th, you still have to struggle and create a good foundation or to have true success, right? Like, that's the only way you're going to really see, like, real success from what you're doing. Like, people like Elon Musk, which is like a birth number 28. We got guys like the Bill Gates out there. So this is what I mean by having the 20 energy is very good. It's very wealthy, but you have to understand that in order to use it properly, you have to know what you're doing, meaning you have to know karma. You have to understand how is it that you're getting this money? Is it moral? And even if it's like completely moral, it just happened by accident. Let's say you just went viral and got rich. Cool. Understand that there's a karmic lesson with the 8 that wants to teach you that as fast as you get something is as fast as it can go away from you. So my caution to people born the 28th is that you want to be very careful if you see you get results quick in something, because the 8 might want to teach you a lesson and draw it away. When you look at the Chaldean tablets for the 28, it means quick progress but quick failure. So when you look at it from the original context of numerology, you start to realize that this is a great luck number, but it's also considered one of the worst luck numbers if you don't know how to control the energy, or if you're not karmically equipped to deal with the success that you randomly get. So what that means, like somebody that wins the lottery, if there was somebody that like was not disciplined, had no consistency, had no real good work ethic at all, doesn't have any real skill sets, they'll win the lottery, sure, but they'll lose it in like a year or two. And that's me being nice, right? So that's the thing, is you have to still be equipped for the success that you get. So the 28, I actually caution you guys and say, understand you have very good luck energy for finance, but understand that you need to find the ability to retain that said financial abundance that you receive, or at least figure a way to multiply it, right? So that's the main thing. When it comes to career options for people born the 28th, it can be a large host of things, but entrepreneurship is definitely at the top. And what I mean by that is that I don't think ones are meant to be micromanaged in any sort of way. That's why you guys, of course, become very rich, because you can get rich working a job. If you like, let's say you work a great job and you invest and you have some side businesses, cool. But the main undeniable thing is that to have a great degree of success, especially when you get to like the decamillionaires and the billionaires, is you have to have a business of sorts. You have to be providing value to the market. Working for a company is not necessarily going to get you to that sort of status quo. So you have to be wary of what exact career option is going to get you there, and what exactly do you actually want? Do you want power? Do you want money? Do you just want a good network? Like, what exactly do you want, right? Because you have to construct your overall vision. But that's the wealth numbers, guys, is the 28 for sure, and then the 17. The one that came third was the 13, which is no surprise because Life Path 13 ran the whole Life Path scenario that I went through. They were the best for that. So the 13, even as a birth number, very, very strong as well. Especially when I looked at like 100 people for richest, especially with like Forbes 500, all this stuff. It was almost like 40 people literally that had the 13 as a birth number. So that was a very predominant one as well. No surprise, it's very good for when it comes to wealth accumulation. 1 and 3 is very good in general as a compound number, because 1 is leadership again, and 3 is creativity and then using the voice. So that can be for a large host of careers when it comes to sales positions, just marketing your own products. It's very good, very easy. Social media, politics, all of these things come into effect, and even athleticism, so anything to do with like any sort of sport, right? Because you're willing to work hard. The 13 proves the analogy of that will is over skill. So having that sort of energy to you that you can work out harder than everybody else, you can mentally strain yourself harder, you can endure more stress, in turn means you deserve more wealth. It's karmic. And another thing is, if you have a birth number 13, people get very confused. A karmic debt number only comes into place when it's like a life path or expression specifically. Everything else, like it's really whatever. You have it as a personality number, whatever, who cares, soul number, whatever. Like your birth number, you can't control that. Like that's super whatever. It's very light. It's the lightest version of a karmic debt you can get. You more so get the positive versions of the karmic debt number than the negative when you're born on that day. Same thing if you're a birth number 8 and not a life path 8. You'll be naturally fluent with money in comparison to somebody who's a life path 8 like me. I have to learn all about money and learn how to retain and multiply it and invest and all this other stuff and learn about my karma. If you're a birth number 8, a lot easier to get money. Birth number 1, it's a lot easier to be in leadership positions in comparison to if you're a life path 1, where you have to learn about these said things. All right, so short video today, guys. Those are the 3 biggest birth numbers when it comes to wealth accumulation. If you guys have any questions for me, just leave it in the comment section. Aside from that, like, subscribe. Holla at me. It's over today, guys. Peace.